Excellent. Let's call the meeting to order of February 21st meeting of the Main Street Board of Directors, the City of Adrian. Welcome everybody to our meeting. Thank you for being here. Meredith, you did roll call?
Yeah.
We have a quorum. We have an agenda in front of us. Is there anything that needs to be added to the agenda? If so, that would be now. If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda as presented. There's been a motion
Support.
and there's support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. We have an agenda. You also had in your packets our regular meeting minutes of the January 10th meeting of the Adrian Main Street Board. Is there any additions, corrections, deletions? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented. There's a motion and support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. The minutes are in the record with the unanimous vote. Also, we have our financial report. Jay.
So in your packet, you received our financial reports. Still moving along pretty well. We will be doing our annual transfer from the TIF into the DDA general fund, which is a budgeted amount that sometimes we transfer, sometimes we don't. This year we allocated for it, so we'll be transferring that in the coming weeks. But other than that, everything seems to be moving along well. We haven't overspent in regards to what we're receiving, so it's going well.
Any questions for Jay on the financial report? Next time, hopefully, I want to go ahead and have Jacob turn into our treasurer here. He said he would be willing to do such. And so is there board action on that?
There's not.
It's just my appointment there.
Yeah.
All right. So next meeting. Thank you, Jacob, for taking over that.
It'll be an interim until we take action in January.
Oh, yeah. When we set our slate of officers in June. And he's an interim right now. Got it. Any other questions on the financial report? I'll entertain a motion to put the financial report in the record. So moved. There's a motion. Is there support? There's motion and support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. All right. Financial report moves into the record. Back to my agenda here. Main Street Directors Report. We have quite a few items here.
Yeah, so good morning, everyone. First item on the report, board member position open. Mr. Dave Thomas has resigned from us. He's getting busy. I believe he's got another store that he's opening, so he's going to be quite busy and has resigned his position. So we will have one position available for the DDA.
Have we listed that position yet?
Not yet. I was waiting for this
Okay.
meeting. So we'll be listing that position after the meeting, letting people know, put through the normal channel, city website and social media for anyone that may be interested. That is an at-large position. Yep. Next thing on the report is the impact report. You've all have seen this, but I did want to make sure you had it in your packet. We've been posting about it on social media and a couple things, just some points of understanding in here. Some of the designations, well, actually all of the designations in here are set by Main Street. So this report is generated through a monthly report that I provide to them, and they collect all that data and provide it at the end of the year. They set things like what's considered a restaurant. How do we value, our investment in the community, which is valued when the project's complete. So if there's an ongoing project that takes a couple of years, we won't see that until the end of the 2 years. So for example, the Hammerman project that's going on right now, it's going to be 3 years before we see that number hit our private investment numbers on there. Same thing with any public project we have. If it carries over 2 years, it won't show up until that project's complete. One, for reporting practices. Two, it's very hard to estimate a project that's currently working. Kind of hard, it's difficult to estimate that. So they set those parameters. They told us how many blocks we have, what the acres are, all of those things based on the information that we gave them when we first became a Main Street community. So really, this is just an aggregate report that they help us generate every year. We give them some stuff and they help us put it in that template. Any questions on that?
Look at that volunteer spotlight. Good picture, Jeff. Any questions on the impact report?
All right, next thing on the report is the business recruitment primer. So this is our technical services here for Michigan Main Street. The tentative schedule is in the packet. This will be headed up by the Economic Vitality Committee. They will be at these meetings. We'll be providing some information. It's a pretty significant and detailed process. It really helps us get our ducks in a row. So when somebody wants to open a business in our community, we have everything we need for them. Gives us that opportunity to share the details and the specifics. And really gives us the right verbiage to use when we're courting those potential businesses. So look for more of that. The pre-service call, the very first meeting, it'll be me and kind of setting some ground rules. Will happen February 27th, and then we're right in the month of March. We're moving forward with all the steps. Event sponsorship opportunities. There is a draft of event sponsorships that's in the packet for you. This is the first time for us to really take this on holistically. I don't know if the DDA has ever done it in this fashion in the past. So it gives opportunities for First Fridays, for trick or treating, student welcome back. There's some farmers market opportunities. We're even looking at the banners and how we can address those downtown as well. So a lot of things. Jacob, want to thank Jacob Cooper for helping put this together. Jacob will be coming to the promotion committee meeting Friday to share it and talk further. But I wanted to get this draft out there so you know what we're looking at, and would be happy to take any feedback that any of you have. Please just reach out to me to let me know, and I can share that at the promotion meeting on Friday.
Thank you, Jacob.
The last thing I want to share today in my report is March is Student Art Month. So in the past, we've worked with Adrian Public Schools to bring yard signs to downtown to display student art. And we'd see them in the tree boxes. And although it's a great representation, it's not always the best place for them. And so thanks to the banners that we have, and I want to thank Adrian Schools Education Foundation, they're helping support this as well. We're going to be putting banners on the light poles on the opposite side of where our branded banners are. So there'll be 24 banners representing student art in downtown Adrian. Give them an opportunity to come down and view that. At the end, we will give the banners to the students. Obviously, it's a one-time use. So, but again, thanks to Adrian School Education Foundation for helping support that as well. And that's all that I have.
Questions for Jay? Excellent. Well, Zoom doesn't show who's on the line here, but I'm going to guess Greg's back there somewhere.
I don't know if he is.
Is he or isn't he?
Gordy, do you see him on there? I think he had at 8:30.
He had at 8:30?
With the chamber.
Anything that,
Nothing that he had reported to
Nothing
me.
is.
No, nothing,
All right.
nothing reported to me.
all right. On to board actions. So Jay, I'll let you lead down.
Yeah, it's the recommendation of the chairman of the board of directors that the Adrian Main Street DDA recommends to the city commission for approval of board members as appointed by Mayor Angela Heath. Wow, that was a hard. Jerry Ryder and Meredith Elliott have been serving on terms that expired. We had a conversation with them back last year to continue serving, and we neglected to take action on that. So this is really just taking action on that to reappoint them, or to recommend they be reappointed with terms expiring in 2028.
2028. Can we get a motion? There's motion, is there support?
Support.
Been a motion and support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. All right. Technical detail, be better at it this June.
Excellent. All right, the next thing is, it's the recommendation of the First Friday Committee that the Main Street DDA Board support the recommendation and will commit to fundraising the necessary amount for downtown fireworks on July 5th. So the First Friday Committee has gotten together looking for new and inventive things to bring more families and more entertainment to downtown. They had worked with a company called Great Lakes Fireworks. They do a lot of the fireworks in the area. You saw the details in your agenda. And they found a spot down by DPW that will be safe, provide a safe distance. Preliminary discussions with fire indicated that they're good with it as long as all of the applicable things are followed. And so we're looking to do this. We're also looking to secure somebody to fund that for us. And I think that would be a pretty easy ask. It's $10,000 for 20 to 25 minutes of fireworks. Over 700 shells will be launched during that time. So pretty spectacular opportunity. Any questions?
So where, I guess one of my questions is, where do you expect people, like, where are we going to cordon off, or like, where are they going to view from?
So two questions, I think there, right? So we're going to block off Race Street and the trail between basically between Maumee and Maple right there. The trail will be blocked off, and then Race Street will be blocked off in that similar area. It'll actually be launching across the street from the bus barn and DPW. There's a small triangle of property that the city owns there that gives us the clear area. The ideal location for viewing is going to be Comstock Park. And that's what we intend to do. Put some entertainment down there, maybe a DJ, have some food trucks on College Avenue probably, and really make that, kind of carry on over after First Fridays. People heading down that way, get some, some dinner, listen to some music, get ready for the fireworks.
First Friday's usually one down around 9, right? 8 or 9.
8 or 9, yep. So it'll be perfect time to stroll on down there and go right in.
Any questions on the fireworks? Is everybody excited?
Yes.
Might be a little loud down here.
Does the
I'll
Dara
entertain a
district
motion to
extend down
fireworks.
there?
The Dara district does extend down to Comstock Park, yes.
Yes. All the way to Church and Maumee.
Yep.
Motion for fire. There's move
Support.
and there's support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. All right, we're gonna have fireworks 2024.
Woohoo.
It has to be a couple decades since fireworks have been in the city, Adrian.
They were always at the fairgrounds when I was little.
Yeah. Okay, the last thing we have, it's the recommendation of the executive director that the Adrian Main Street DDA board approve the creation of the event coordinator position and permit the executive director begin the search and hiring process. Most important thing, farmers market's taking place this year. Unfortunately, Jessica will not be able to support us in the farmers market this year because of health reasons. So we're looking for a farmers market manager and looking for somebody to do the administrative side of the events, thinking of all the events that happen downtown and any potential new ones that the promotion committee, First Friday committee come up with during that process. So really this person would be doing those. It'd be a part-time position, up to 30 hours a week. You saw the job description in the packet. That's all I have.
Any questions on that?
Jay, I have one question. In the job description, it says it's up to 30 hours. How does that compare to what the farmer's market role was? How many hours a week was it just for the farmer's market?
It was 10 to 12 hours a week, just for the
Okay.
farmer's market.
Thank you.
As you know, as we emerge and continue to grow, one of the things that's clear on Main Street is that Jay shouldn't be just an events coordinator and put on events, because we're doing a lot of other things, as you know, in 4 different quadrants that we focus on. And they even say at Michigan Main Street, don't bog them down. Don't bog down your director on too many events. Make sure you have committees and everything else that are executing in that fashion. So, and having an events coordinator really picks up some of it. We know Michelle's now on leave for a while, so we need somebody to step up. Michelle did a lot. So I think it's a great move for us as a group. Any questions? I'll entertain a motion to post the job for events coordinator for Adrian Main Street Board of Directors. There's a motion. Is there support?
Support.
Motion and support. Any further discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same. All right, Jay.
Thank you. I will be reaching out to a few of you. If you're interested in being on that hiring committee, please let me know and I'll be happy to bring you along for that interview process.
All right. And if you know of anybody, that's where Jay was right under our nose and we didn't see him. So, same thing. Could be right here. Somebody that we know. All right, committee reports, Meredith. Promotions.
Yeah, promotions committees chugging right along. Thanks to our excellent intern, Ashley, our social media stats are looking up. We had a reel on February the 8th that had 1,500 views in one day. Other stats are looking equally awesome. New Facebook followers, new Instagram followers. lot of views, a 396% increase on Facebook views the first week of February. So things are looking great. The committee is also working on reviewing the sponsorship packages, how to make the sponsorships more appealing and bring in more fundraising dollars for us. We're working on a 517 day, which will be a community and retail event on May 17th, which is a Friday this year. And we're working on partnerships with colleges, the Historical Museum, and some other groups here in town. So we're really excited about the year ahead.
Wow, those are big numbers, Ashley. Nice job. That's great. Any questions for Meredith? For the promotions committee? All right, First Friday committee, Jay, I guess I'd have you.
Yeah, that's me. I won't do as good a job as Michelle, obviously, but I'll try. So February Sweethearts and Chocolate. Weather was okay. Saw quite a few vehicles downtown, saw people moving around, so that was pretty good. March, just a week and a half away, March 1st Friday, paint the town green, wear your green, and visit some of the businesses for their specials. That I hope to have that posted on, by Monday with all the business specials on the First Friday page. The outdoor season is coming, May. The first event will be Walk and Wag at Dog Days. We're again partnering with the Lenawee Humane Society. We just had a meeting last week. They've got some pretty cool things that are coming. That was a joint meeting with the Humane Society and the First Friday Committee. So there's a lot of cool things that'll be happening during that. One of the things that I think is really cool, the bringing air dogs, if you're familiar with that, or dock diving dogs, as they call it, where they run and jump into the pool of water, catching their thing. So
Called air dogs?
air dogs, yeah.
The ultimate air dogs, if you want to look it up on.
And if any of you Tiger fans will know, it's former Detroit Tiger pitcher Milt Wilcox. It's his organization that they're working with. So hope to have them here too. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. Those people are working really hard to get these things done.
Excellent. Any questions for Jay on that? So if you look that up online, they take a corridor, sort of a street, and then they put a sort of a stage up and they put a pool out. And those dogs get a running start, and you'll watch online. Some of them get a long way, some don't go very far at all. So. And then they let some of the local dogs do it too. So, they teach them how to do it. And so it's going to be a fun, rowdy activity. So that'll be fun.
Where will you put this? Where will it sign up?
We got to have them come look.
We're gonna have to look, but I think probably right here.
Got it. Any questions? All right, town and gown.
I'll start. I'll let Michael Orlando fill in my gaps. We did have a meeting, and I don't have those notes in front of me, but I know Michael will. One thing I did want to talk about is discussions have begun with both Adrian and Santa Heights for the student welcome back event. And this year we'll be engaging the promotion committee in that process to really help round out the activities and the planning for that process. Michael, you want to?
Absolutely. I don't have my notes
Okay.
there. I apologize. But that's our next big event, and we're definitely appreciating all the partnerships that we have with our schools that come to that meeting.
And you have Intern Day, National Intern Day in
Yes.
July.
July 24th. I brought that up at our last meeting. I think I forwarded you all the flyer, so please make sure to continue to spread the word about that.
Outstanding. All right, organizational committee, I'll take that. So Jacob, I, and Jay have now met, I think, with our fourth stakeholder, and the meetings are going outstanding. Jacob keeps fine tuning our presentation, and we're just getting better at really telling our story, I think. If we continue to set appointments, and we'll probably give you a financial update in our next meeting. Our goal is to finish our fundraising by the first quarter, if we can. And with that, I want to make a statement to the DDA itself. It doesn't matter if it's $50 or $100 or whatever you can afford, but as a body that goes out and asks for funds to help support our Main Street, we need to be able to say that we're 100% in support as DDA members. So if you write a check to it, it could be the Adrian Main Street Board of Directors or even the City of Adrian with a memo for the Main Street Board of Directors. But if we could get everybody just to do that before next meeting, even if you want to make a pledge card or something and say, I'll pay it later. It's really, we need to be able to say when we're sitting down with stakeholders that we're all on board. Okay. Thank you. Academic vitality.
Yes, economic vitality did meet. The next really piece of business that we need to accomplish in that group is to assign a committee chair. But two big projects and work plans that are coming out of that committee. Obviously, you heard us talk about the business recruitment primer. And then the next thing will be the updated DDA TIF plan. I have a work plan created, and in the folder for both of those projects for the Economic Vitality Committee in their Google Drive. I'll be happy to share that link with everybody to those documents so they can see, but it has scheduled for the business recruitment primer. Those dates are scheduled for the DDA TIF plan. I just received an email to have my initial conversation with them, and then we'll schedule a kickoff meeting. The first kickoff meeting for that TIF plan will be a walk and talk, where they'll come in, meet with the board, and then really walk the downtown, talk a little bit about what's going on and what the future looks like. So be prepared for those. I'll get those out as soon as I possibly can with appointment times as well.
And that McKenna work will resemble a lot of strategic planning as well as we walk through it. So it's going to be a good exercise for this group to keep us in fine tuning our strategic plans and focus. So looking forward to that, Jay. All right. And finally, the design committee.
Design committee has the same task of assigning a committee chair. They did meet, talked a lot about upcoming outdoor plantings such as the flower pots, what those planters look like. Talking about that process, maybe shifting some of the things into different seasons to get a more consistent and better look for downtown. And we talked a lot about the banner program that will be coming up in the future too. The Student Art Month is just the kickoff of that.
And then your murals.
And murals. We got some pricing back on the murals, and the initial pricing we received was for the entire wall, which was a lot. And so we've pared that down to a more bite-sized piece, and we think it'll be probably about 50 by 20. I'm waiting for an updated price on that, and I will have the call for the artists up this week, and we'll be moving forward. It's still planning on having that up no later than the first week of June for view.
Have they got some initial designs?
Not yet. That'll happen through the artist call.
Do the artist call.
Yep.
Any questions on that? Moving along. Tim Robinson.
Hello, Tim Robinson, Lenawee now. Two big things for the city. We're still working with the Bixby project. I'm assuming we were all approved on Monday night.
Yes.
Next steps for that one. And then the next big one, the funding came in for us for the Aligned Talent Center. So we'll be closing on that hopefully in 4 or 5 weeks, and then start renovation and get that thing up and running. Happy to talk about any questions for us.
What is the Aligned Talent Center?
Line Workforce Development Center will be a training center. The address is 440 East Church. I forget the name of that church. Word of God?
Restore World Church.
Restore, yes. So we're in the process of buying that and turning that into a training center, community center. Now, community center might be too strong a word, but the way our director is working, is in charge of that, talks about it as sort of a friendly front porch for folks to come to if they need training. Companies will go there, ask you to look for training, and maybe the training can happen there or on their site. But basically a full-fledged workforce development center.
Is the bowling alley still in the basement?
No.
Oh, they took it out.
But we have money. If we, maybe that's, join the committee, we'll see if we.
All right, any questions for Tim? Thank you, Tim. All right, we now move to public comment. If you come to the podium, please say your name and your address, and each person will have 3 minutes.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Don Taylor. Here wearing a hat for Artalicious to remind everybody that the 17th annual Artalicious Fine Arts Fair is coming up just around the corner. 5 or 6 First Fridays to go, but anyway. Saturday and Sunday, September 21st and 22nd, 11 to 7 on Saturday, 11 to 5 on Sunday. Plenty of time to spend all of your hard-earned money on gifts for everybody for Christmas, friends and family. We have a few new twists this year, some which will be announced a little bit later, but for one thing, we're going to open up the application process to youth. And so we have been discussing the incredible artwork being done by kids in our elementary, middle, and high school. And some of these kids can pass the muster on a juried art fair. So we're pretty excited about that. So look forward to that. We're thinking about doing it for older people too. I'm going to invite Dusty to
Oh, thanks.
fly as well. So, you know,
Look, Daddy's out of time.
and we have a few new twists, which, will come about. But anyway, also we've, a main staple of our event has been the nonprofit row on West Maumee Street. We always have My Adventure Theater. She is a graduate of Siena Heights University. And, but this year we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to have some students and faculty members from Adrian Public Schools at most levels who are involved in plays, and we're going to be doing some on-street performances. I hope it's okay to say that. I think most of the people have committed to that so far. So anyway, pretty excited about that. We have some incredible students, as you know. And finally, we're hoping that we can once again have a partnership with the DDA for some activities on Saturday and Sunday downtown. We were happy to participate financially a little bit with that last year, and we're happy to do that again this year. It's a great draw. I will just say one thing. My dear friend David Thomas isn't here. We always argue about whether we should have, a band from Detroit or local. Our committee says we'd like to see a lot of local this year. If we can have some incredible entertainment in this community. So anyway, we look forward to hopefully doing that with you again.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you, John. Anyone else like to speak from the public? All right. I'd like to take a moment here and thank Dave Thomas for his work that he had done for this DDA for 6 years is where we're at with Dave. And I know he's starting a new store, and half the time he was working his own store anyway, if you remember. So he has always been really pressured. But I do want to thank him. He's been a big part of building this great group. And did I get the 3-minute warning? So I know he's not here, but let's give him a round of applause. All right, board member comments. Any comments from the board? Thank you for coming to this special meeting. Up and coming meeting and events is March 1st, Friday, March 1st. And then our next meeting will be March 13th in this very room at 8 a.m. If there's nothing further, I know this is technical, but can I get a motion to adjourn, Jake? Support. Motion to adjourn. All those in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, the same. Thank you. 8:21. We'll still not a record.